Alright, 2.1 is here. The first thing I want to do is check out Acheron. Let's start with their trial. Okay, interesting. I was hoping that for her trial, they would actually give you a unique trial where you can actually use her technique to kill enemies, and they actually did that. I'm surprised. I didn't think they would.
Stream forth, the gleam of old.
Kill all of them. I'm here to go slashy mode. Ding, 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 ding. And yeah, by the way, as you can see, I am now a PNG tuber. So this is what I'm just going to look like from now on for the foreseeable future. The full explanation for why I'm doing this now is in my 2.0 video, so go watch that if you want the whole story, but long story short, I had to do this for the sake of my audio. Let's just use it.
I weep for the departed.
This is cool. Oh, I probably should have slowed it down. Okay, here. Let's slow it down. Just enjoy the animation.
Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
That is really cool. Like, geez, we almost just did our ultimate and the battle was over.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
Wouldn't even get to see her skill. Okay, there it is. Ow.
Ready for another?
Okay, done. Oh, there's a wave too. Interesting. Alright, let's do this. Slow-mo.
I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
Alright, time to summon for Acheron. And I am starting at 0 pity on a 50-50. So I don't actually have enough resources to guaranteed get her. If I have to double soft pity, I cannot reach soft pity twice. I do not have enough for that. So really hoping to win the 50-50 on this one. The two people who watched my 2.0 video and saw my Black Swan summons. If you're wondering where my guarantee went, I spent it on E1 Black Swan on the last day of her banner. Anyways, let's get started. I am starting at 0, so let's see how this goes. Okay, nothing there. Wow, that is terrible. I don't need copies of Dan Hung. That is useless. Okay, 3 4-stars, but one of them is Dan Hung. Another one is Pela that's already E6. And then a copy of a light cone that I'm not sure I need more copies of. 30 summons in. No 5-star. Another Dan Hung. Why are you on this banner? Get out of here. At least give me Gallagher. Give me someone new. Copies of Dan Hung and Pela are useless to me. Gosh. I swear my 4-star luck is always like this. I never get the... If there's one 4-star that I want, I never get them. Oh, 5-star. I think I was only at like 60 summons or something. So a little early, but not that early. Unless I was at 50. But either way, I don't think I have enough to hit pity again. Yeah, I don't have enough to hit soft pity. So, hoping to hit, or win, the 50-50. Dan Hung, get the out of here, man. I don't want you. Come on, where is it? No! Well, that's an E1 Branya. Alright, well, let's spend what I have left. At the very least, I will eventually get Acheron over the course of her banner. But it's not looking like I'm going to get her here today. Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. Finally, I got some good 4 stars. I didn't have Hanya either. So getting her was crazy lucky. And I finally got a freaking copy of Gallagher. The game decided to stop giving me fucking Dan Hungs. Oh, so that's huge. I have all the 4 stars in the game. And then we're back to Dan Hungs. You know what? Actually, I do have more summons. I just remembered. Okay, we're gonna do this. I have no idea what my count is at. I haven't been keeping track. I have these. I have plenty of these. How many of these can I buy? 70? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting Acheron. Let's see. I'll buy 20 for now. I'll probably just buy these 10 at a time after this, and we'll see where that gets me. Because I don't think I'm ever going to spend these on light cones. So let's just spend them on Acheron. Okay. Another Gallagher. Okay. Still no 5-star. Ooh, at day 1. Nice. I need those. Okay, another 10 of these. Bam. And another roll. Shoot. And there's Acheron. I don't need more Palas. Am I going to get another Gallagher in here? Bam. Acheron. No, no more Gallaghers. Yeah, figures I'd get like 20 copies of Dan Hung and Pela, but only 2 of Gallagher. Typical 4-star RNG. Let's go continue the story. It looks like it's continuing right where we left off in the room here, talking to Adventurine. What do you have to say?
Oh, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
Could Robin actually... So why are people being attacked by this thing?
Can I just say that this had nothing to do
And
with
how did it get Robin?
I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC.
Oh,
So they'd never lie.
sounds like good people.
This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time?
I still don't know what a Galaxy Ranger is. Does anyone want to tell me?
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's working too well if you got some death monster going around killing people.
Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
So what, Acheron has some connection to the death monster? Then I guess that would be why she didn't attack it when it showed up.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Hopefully you. That's just one side of the story.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait.
You're gonna be waiting a long time. Indefinitely. Forever.
I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron.
Oh, too late for that. I just summoned her.
Any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say
I'm sure,
there
I
isn't
guess.
an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
And do what?
I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison.
Oh, of course. He just wants to take the whole planet over. Okay, you know? Great. You know, just typical IPC stuff.
This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls.
I mean, I don't really blame him. I wouldn't take those calls either if you were on the other end.
You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death.
Can they? I mean, she's famous. It's not going to take long for people to figure out something happened to her.
It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
I can't trust you.
That's fine. I'm not forcing you. But I'm really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out, okay? I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment.
Okay, so what are we doing exactly?
This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family. So they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you. And the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals.
Are we going to meet the Harmony? Can I get Harmony powers?
You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
I don't know. Is that a win for me? So I feel like a win for me would just be bashing your face in with my bat. You want to take advantage of the family's trust in us?
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact.
So why don't you
details.
just go talk to her?
If you come to any conclusions, call me.
Like, it makes no sense for him to be talking to the freaking the player character. Like, he basically just straight up said he should have been talking to Himiko this entire time. Why is he talking to us? It makes no sense. There's no reason for him to be talking to the player.
Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it.
What, are you giving me
So
money?
long, friend. I really am.
Like, I'm rich. I don't need more money.
Covering the truth about death with everyone.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
What now? What are your plans?
I'd very much like to kill Adventurine.
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
That is number one on my to-do list.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
I'm pretty sure it looks like absolutely looks like a bad deal for me.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
Imagine he's just outside the room eavesdropping on us right now.
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
I don't know, I definitely think he's a fool. You'd have to be pretty stupid to act the way he does if you're trying to make friends with people. Can I toss a die to let it decide for me? I'll just say, for Firefly's sake, we must get to the bottom of all this.
That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions...
Don't have any other questions?
It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
Okay. Black Swan leads you through the chaotic dreamscape. Oh, we're going in this thing?
This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories.
Sure.
Hold on just a sec.
Now what? Black Swan gently touched through to your leaving close sensation, and she hands you a card?
There you go.
Did that say card?
Small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Okay.
I also pay great attention
I'll try to keep
the
that in
ways
mind.
of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Thank you.
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger.
Oh, you're gonna go
Let's
dance
keep
with her
it
again?
Shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Some time ago, deep in Memory Zone. Oh, we're seeing more of this.
Do you still dream, Hunter?
He's looking at leaks.
Though
Get him.
slain by your hand.
Oh, that's it. Oh, days ago, Everflame mentioned. Are we gonna see Acheron? Oh,
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind. And then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Vatora's fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Too bad we don't get like a full animated cutscene of them fighting or something. That would have been cool.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
Oh, didn't you hear him? He's all about destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different.
Like Duke Inferno is just the embodiment of destruction is not the answer. It's the question. And the answer is yes.
Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity.
She says this as her hand gently rests on the hilt of the sword.
I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow.
Yeah, didn't you see your character? She's Nihility.
May death be the end of your boundless dream.
Silly Duke Inferno. You should have known that.
Guiding you back to the waking world.
Oh,
I still see them in my dreams.
now we're back to the s.a.m. confrontation.
Halted. Your time hasn't come yet. I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why?
Of course they didn't want to kill the Trailblazer. Same with the Stellaron Hunters, and their whole thing is they want the Trailblazer to do a whole bunch of stuff for them. Like, obviously none of the freaking Stellaron Hunters wanted to kill the Trailblazer.
Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I feel like everyone who knows about the Stellaron Hunters knows about Elio and just calls him Destiny's slave.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
She knows their lingo.
Has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all.
What does being wanted by the IPC have to do with knowing about Stellaron Hunters? Seems random.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor.
Oh, are you gonna tell me, the player? Probably not.
How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time.
Oh yeah, we gotta save that for the finale. Can't be doing that in 2.1.
I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
Yeah, even though Adventurine wants us to be.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy.
Interesting.
I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
I don't think it's possible for the Stellaron Hunters to fail in whatever they're doing. Everything Elio tells them to do, he does so for a reason. So even if he tells them to do one thing and they don't manage to accomplish it, that they still did something in a way that Elio wanted them to do. So in the end, they're always doing what he wants.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing?
Why is your name Sam?
Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Why is just the I red?
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
I feel like she didn't want to hear that.
Hang on.
Huh?
I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live
You from Sumeru?
with this cold, harsh reality for a little light and to burn, to keep on burning until I turn to ash.
Well, now you sound like Duke Inferno. Imagine Sam as Duke Inferno. That'd be a twist I didn't see coming. Even though Acheron supposedly killed Duke Inferno.
So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Wait a minute, if he can't dream, how is he in the dream world?
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Himiko, you need to go talk to Adventurine. Tell him to stop bugging me.
Reality
I don't want to look at his
bounces
face
on
anymore.
in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The
Can we
Trailblazer
kill
just
Death?
reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
Wait, why would that happen? What do you think? Our fans are gonna go crazy and come here and kill everyone? Like, what bloodbath?
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
Snowed under? I've never heard that before.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation.
So many witnesses. There were like 3 of us. And 2 of them probably aren't going to tell anyone about it.
After all, the nature of the 2 murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
He really is up to no good. We should kill him.
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather
I also
intel
trust Black
first
Swan.
and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion.
Did he?
It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious.
I don't think he was convincing in any regard. The only thing he convinced me of is I want to bash his face in with my bat.
Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally.
Nah.
We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here. And I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Don't worry, March. I'll stand behind you, so no stabs will be in your back. It's cool, you can bully me whenever. Sure, let's go with that.
No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Oh, my thoughts are put together. Aventurine, kill. That's all I'm thinking. Always opened a poll for your game account? What? You decided to accept your request for collaboration. Wonderful, your response came faster than I expected. Now on, we'll all be in this together until you decide to kill me. Here's a small something for our upcoming partnership. You received 100,000 credits. That's it? Doesn't seem like much. Give me another 100k, rich boy. Oops, I pressed send too early. Here's a little extra just for good luck. Another 100,000. Just as I anticipated, the family is going to sweep Robin's case under the rug for as long as they can, so her case is only a secret between us. But the other case, that depends on what excuses they have prepared for you guys. I'll take my leave for now, and I look forward to outstanding performance from you guys.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance.
Himiko, why are you talking like that? Have you been replaced by a robot or something? Are you Sparkle?
The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Unless this is intentional. Her voice acting is just kind of like, ugh. Not a fan of that, and I'm not normally one to complain about voice acting. But those lines just felt really off. No conclusions can be drawn just yet.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Let's just move on.
Shimerin said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever. But
Did he?
said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you.
Well, I'm pretty sure he implied she had a connection to it. He didn't say that she killed Robin. I don't think that's how he worded it. But yeah, I don't know why the hell he cares about me. I really wish he'd just leave me alone and talk to Himiko.
It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
But why though?
Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone.
Oh, well, he failed, because the only one I'm volatile towards is him.
However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
She hot? She's a very gentle woman. She's a very mysterious woman. She's a very powerful woman. Weird, I can't seem to remember. Have I met her somewhere before? Who is Acheron? I'll go with, she's a very powerful woman. Oh. Interesting. Weird. I can't seem to remember. In red text.
The stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
Interesting. Acheron, what have you done to me? What did you do? March, help. I'm losing my memories.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead. But that she's still
Of course not.
alive
She's coming out
around
next patch.
somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here?
Well, if you have a place where only good things happen, then eventually the less good things become the bad things.
Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Well, stop looking at it. We'll restore all the dreams back to normal.
Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world.
I mean, aren't we literally that?
Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down.
Well, go get some.
But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Get some Soul Glad.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest,
Interesting question.
why not pop back out to reality? and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel.
Yeah, why didn't we do that sooner?
Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
Do we know where her room is? Because I feel like that should have been the first thing we did.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem.
Jesus.
I'll
Is
leave
Himiko
it
just
to
like
you.
super tired? Like what is going on with her? Like there's no way this isn't intentional at this point. Like I fully believe they intentionally have her voice acting like this. Like what is going on with Himiko?
Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
Is he sus of Himiko? I'm sus of her too.
Honored guest, could
Oh.
you come out for a second?
That's something else. Oh, Acheron.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Did she forget?
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
Interesting.
So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Dude, that is such a ridiculous line. Brace yourself for gravitational disintegration. What the heck? What does that even mean? What does that look like? I'm very curious to see what gravitational disintegration looks like. What the heck?
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide.
By the way, so they're in the dream world right now, right? Like, would people even have their, like, superpowers in the dream world? Because, like, I feel like they just shouldn't. Like, Black Swan makes sense, because that's her whole deal, right? But I feel like other characters, like, just, like, shouldn't have, like, powers inside the dream world. Because wouldn't those powers be tied to your real body? Like, the dream world would have to be able to, like, understand your abilities and replicate them. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request.
And
I'm
that
here
is?
for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
So does any of these people chasing after the Watchmaker's legacy have any idea what it is? Or are they all looking for something that they don't know anything about?
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words.
Oh, we could sit here for a few hours and talk about it.
Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze.
Interesting. Oh yeah, so this reminds me of at the very beginning, they mentioned that there were old trailblazers who stayed here like ages ago, and we were supposed to look for information on them. So far that hasn't come up in the story at all, but that has to come up at some point. Otherwise we wouldn't have gotten that dialogue from Himiko at the beginning. You're not just going to bring that up randomly and have it go nowhere. So whatever the Watchmaker's legacy is, it probably is connected to those old Nameless who stayed here however long ago it was.
That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up?
Wake the heck up?
4 cups.
That's the name of a drink? I mean, I guess if I was a drinker, I'd go for some Wake the Heck Up. Sounds great.
Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Oh. At the same time, hotel in the real world.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up.
More Wake the Heck
I
Up?
told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said...
But you can be allergic to Soul Glad? I thought Soul Glad was like the one beverage to rule them all.
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist.
I mean, if you call a bunch of... like, how many TVs is that? 6? If I can even see all of them. And there's 3 rows of them. So it's like at least 18 TVs here. I feel like 18 TVs per room is not very minimalist. That seems very excessive to me.
An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak.
So instead of looking into Acheron's memories directly, which didn't go so well for her, She's just gonna look at her, the objects close to her.
The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Yes, tell us what happened to them. I don't really care about Duke Inferno himself, but I'm very curious about the others.
Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra.
Dubra?
Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
Is this the dialogue from the trailer we got of these characters?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
I just find it comical that she's saying all this out loud. There'd be no reason for her to do that. What happened?
What happened?
That's what I said. Yeah, great dialogue. 10 out of 10.
The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way...
So Acheron definitely has some weird thing going on with, like, erasing memories. Because she's losing her own memories, and it's like, I lost my memories of her, kind of. Apparently, and the objects around her losing memories of her. She got some kind of, like, anti-memory aura going on. Yep, more nothing.
It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Yes, more 10 out of 10 dialogue.
Who are you?
Oh?
Who are you?
Who are you? I don't recognize that voice.
No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators?
What's going on here?
My name is Constance.
Oh,
A pleasure to
that's
meet
one of the...
We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together.
Yeah, she was one of the people with Duke Inferno.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony.
What?
And you, I know what you're looking for.
Acheron's Wi-Fi password?
Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
The heck?
Oh. A phone.
at this moment, on the other side... Oh god, I have to play as this thing?
The nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this tiny. You know, this reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could shrink people who passed through it.
Okay, very random.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's wise to remain silent when you should.
Kinda wish all of Dr. Ratio's dialogue was just telling Adventurine to shut up. Every time Adventurine tries to talk, Ratio just cuts him off. Just like, nope. Insert Gulliver's Arch into the slot.
This reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks.
Legos?
I've never played with it before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips. Oh, look. The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So, what's next?
We break it. Enter the city sandpit. Oh, well that's creepy. Well, Ventrine, about that tunnel that shrank people.
Oh, good heavens. Did I shrink? Am I still in a dream?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're huge. It's me! Down here! In the sand pit!
Throw something at him.
Actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me into Sunday's collar, and I'll infiltrate the family just like that.
I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, fine. Let's find a way to open the door.
Excuse me? Are you okay? How long you been here? Is this a nice place? This is my first time. You know any, good restaurants? Okay, good chatting with you. Hi, I'm Industrial Pride. Okay, Industrial Pride, I'm buzzing off. The hell? Just a gibberish. Yes, I read that perfectly.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive.
I know, right?
Sunday is just...
Maybe we should put him back in there.
From my limited understanding, he's not someone easily handled. Are you prepared?
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me.
No one needs to prepare to face you.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing with people. Benefit or fear.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye, and that's fear. And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position, but I can. And that's benefit.
On what
Sure.
basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction? The IPC?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family.
Do you mean the Galaxy Ranger whom you accused previously?
What? She's not part of the family.
That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our plans. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. And and it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private meeting with us? This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation.
Okay, can we get to it already?
We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death.
It seems
I'm
my
here,
puzzles
finally.
are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak,
No, Sunday's summoning for Adventurine.
I imagine this.
Think he'll lose his 50-50?
Friend of yours has been of great help. Yes.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do.
Why is he standing over there?
He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes. The doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
Did he?
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore.
Does it really need to say death there?
Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb, but don't worry. I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and
the box in which the cornerstone is stored.
The what?
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanator.
What the heck?
Granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one.
That's interesting.
For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Aventurine, when you are out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Forget all that.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation?
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Fight!
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me.
I want you to tell me what day of the week it is.
The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, shrivel-faced soul.
What the heck?
Sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What the heck is this?
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
Oh, sounds like fun.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you.
Do it.
Question.
Reject him.
Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty.
What?
Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion?
How would he know that?
Not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Random question.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
What's with the bird?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Well, so he's not sure?
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question.
Did you see Sparkle's trailer? That shit was amazing.
Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Oh, fancy cutscene. To open a box. What's under that cloth?
Please.
It's empty?
Are these what you're looking for?
Oh, they're under the cloth. Okay, so what was the point of all that?
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What? What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
You can if you have a catapult.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
So what, he has Ratio take the stone out of the box?
I appreciate it.
Is there a reason to do this?
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
Oh.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine. And it belongs to Topaz.
So he has Topaz's stone and gave that over. So where'd they get the other stone from?
So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of.
Under his bed.
Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you.
So Ratio just sold out his whole plan.
As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
Why does he only have 17 hours left to live?
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
So what, in 17 hours he will be smited down by the Harmony?
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit.
And you better hope this test doesn't spill over into the next patch. That's 6 weeks away.
Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the Eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Oh, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
Anyone want to tell me what that bird is about?
Or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Well, 17-hour delayed execution.
I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
We're back. Excellent.
Excuse me. I can't
Yes?
seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives.
What artist?
The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Firefly's not an artist, is she?
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected.
Okay. Is it possible to access these records?
I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Okay.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Nah, she dead.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all of you.
I'm sure.
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
I came to ask why your name is Careless.
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
Oh, I see. Remember me?
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Oh, does that mean you were afraid the first time?
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you've beaten up before?
Because I beat everyone up. I got business with your captain. Where is he?
That's right. We're investigating a murder for the family. Can we speak to your captain about the case?
Well...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge.
Oh, he's in Dream's Edge, is he?
What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
It will be your murder if you keep spouting nonsense.
That's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Or just adventurines.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right?
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys.
Yeah, I was just beating up one of these guys that works for you or something.
What can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the golden hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too.
Yeah, she's dead now.
I'm sorry for what happened to that kid.
Well, that's exactly what the family has ordered us to investigate.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why? What's wrong with the family?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family.
What about off Penacony?
No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest? Just idiots, little kids, and inebriated fools.
And people who want to learn how to fly.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
Well, you got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure, come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
Why is this not good enough? Oh, Black Swan. Haven't seen her for a while. She has a phone call. Ring, 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 ring. Phone call, phone call.
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony? Acheron?
No idea whose voice that is.
This voice.
This is not Acheron.
It's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Oh, maybe this is Boot Hill.
Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Interesting.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
Imagine saying all that and being like, oh, oh, you're a different person? Oh, sorry.
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind. It's fine. I'll leave a round for you. So get that forehead clean. Wait for me.
Get that forehead clean. That's an interesting one.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of Donna's white oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you.
So it sounds like this guy knows some stuff about Acheron.
That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure, you best get a chair and take a seat. That woman, named Acheron, is an emanator who should not exist.
Hey, John. So I guess he wants to make her not exist. Oh no, not back to this guy.
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. My, what an honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget...
I would also like that.
Because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the Harmony?
Well, my conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. That they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you?
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Maybe I am. Who knows?
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs.
What the heck is this?
You'll thank me.
What's this? Medical advice?
And he's gone.
You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical. Wrong-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway. It's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
Hello. Another Papeshi.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off
Oh.
hiding in the sewers.
Sparkle?
Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know?
So who's the mute?
And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
Oh, better throw those ice cream cones at him.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again.
Oh, sounds great.
But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
It's a good thing if you ask me, too.
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
She just says no.
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
Or did you mean the silent protagonist?
And
What's with the bird? Is the bird spying on him?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Okay.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Gotta keep counting down.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured destruction button, and I have one just
Sounds like fun.
When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke.
Press it immediately.
If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care too.
So now 2 people have given him things and said, use this when you got nothing else left.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the
Who's
old
this?
days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Saban.
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Well, you're a unique NPC.
This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at soul women. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter.
Can I get some water?
What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval!
I think she is Serval. What? I'm just gonna say it for the hell of it.
Who's Serval? Will you, introduce me to her? Huh?
Maybe.
Oops. She's heard us.
I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with Mikhail?
Oh, Mikhail! I remember now. In the first part of the 2.0 story, that was the voice we heard when we were running around looking for Firefly. It kept going, Mikhail, help me. I heard this name in my dream.
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
March, you weren't even there.
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit. And now there's no reason to hide anything from you anymore. Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course, I'll tell you a story about Mikhail.
This Mikhail person must be important.
Let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway.
No way. A stowaway? I never saw that coming.
She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality.
Does she even have a real body?
But here's the thing. We only received bad news. And the trickiest kind at that. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality. As if she had never come to Penacony at all.
There's definitely something weird going on.
Huh? Does that mean...
Death eradicated her. Maybe things will turn out different than we think. Is she a ghost?
A clever metaphor. You were making a metaphor, right?
Sure.
Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has dealt with before.
Dealt with before? So, death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
Okay.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people.
Still kind of seems like a big issue.
If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
They're all ghosts.
I guess it's time to tell the story of that Mikhail.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
There's a message.
Yes.
Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
You know, this suddenly reminds me of that one Dark Brotherhood quest in Oblivion, where you go into like a mansion with a bunch of people who are all competing to find a treasure, but you're actually just killing all of them one by one. This kind of reminds me of that. A bunch of people invited to Penacony to find the Watchmaker's legacy, and now death monsters going around killing people. We gotta figure out what the hell's going on.
That's the exact wording.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the family. You might have even guessed that the relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as it seems.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
That's not hard to believe at all. That kind of thing happens all the time.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time, but the hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous message to the outside world, inviting you here and causing chaos?
So that we would find the Watchmaker for them?
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker?
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony. And he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape.
So you're telling me the Watchmaker is a bad guy? So what does it have to do with Mikhail?
You don't get it? Well, I mean...
Is Mikhail the watchmaker?
Mikhail, the betrayer of the family, he's the watchmaker.
Okay, so we have a name for the title, but what did he actually do? Sometime later. Please not adventuring. Oh, okay. Oh, is this a new zone?
Entertainment Center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the watchmaker? I would have expected you to take us to maybe a library or an archive room of sorts.
They have flying cars here?
Amusement park?
Anyway.
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
Hanu's got a rocket launcher.
It's a fun place. But to me, it's a prison for the planet's past. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right?
Uh-huh.
All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macro void.
The what?
The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams.
That's cool.
Living lives that were almost identical to reality. But everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from the IPC shackles and fought for freedom.
Did he get out?
He is Hanu.
Oh.
The great leader of Dreamville.
Did he have a rocket launcher?
And the faithful companion of the underdogs.
The character Hanu is based on a real-life person?
History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
So why are we here?
View here is great, right? We can see everything from here.
Not really.
Including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in reality, then Clocky's counterpart is definitely the Watchmaker. In the animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the Watchmaker was personally involved in that war and sided with Asdana?
Okay, what the heck is Asdana now?
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley crew of masked fools, nameless, history fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards.
That's a lot of things.
Even visitors from beyond the sky. In the end, they emerged victorious. Among them was the person who would eventually be known as the Watchmaker.
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
What are they, a Xianzhou native?
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him. So maybe he inherited the title.
Oh, you've met him?
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
I'm 13.
What? Is this a joke?
No way. Not even close.
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, threats from the outside world, and internal conflicts between major prison districts, the future of Asdana was uncertain.
What the heck is Asdana? I swear, this game never explains things when I need it. It always over-explains things I don't need and doesn't explain things that I do need.
It wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea of turning the prison into the planet of festivities that Penacony finally gained its name and glory.
Was Asdana the name of this place before it was called Penacony? That's my best guess.
Thus, he became known as the father of Penacony.
But didn't you say the Watchmaker betrayed the family? And you said you were his companion, so that means you...
No, I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many children. But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
What did you do?
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all. Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Penacony. But the Oak family, they set us up. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, even though the true traitors were someone else. While they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world, behind closed doors, they condemn him on a pillar of shame.
Wait, so why did they hate him? I feel like I missed that part. I don't think he explained that part yet.
Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his name.
Clear his name of what?
To find the real traitor, the one responsible for all this, and restore harmony to Penacony. But we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost dog. The family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually a punishment. Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past. As for Mikhail, I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him.
Well, then how'd you hear about it?
That the Penacony I once knew would never return.
We're truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story, right?
You still haven't explained the part of why they turned on the Watchmaker.
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of the Watchmaker and has been secretly working against the family all this time.
Okay. Who could that person be?
Fortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams.
It was Sparkle all along.
So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries, we will find the answers we are seeking. If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. But those willing to look me in the eye and hear me out? Let's just say, there won't be many. I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Thank you for listening to this old dog. Bark and all. Something just happened at the theme park. Now if you'll excuse me, good luck to all of you.
Sure.
How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways projected by Penacony today and the dream seekers once hailed as pioneers several amber eras ago?
Acheron vision.
Companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress.
I can just imagine Welt sitting here, using his phone like a boomer, and Acheron has to watch him.
Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
So this is where Adventuring was earlier, where he met with Sunday, right?
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us.
I don't have to do the puzzles again, do I? Anyone here?
No one here either.
Nope. Imagine they busted in when Adventuring was meeting with Sunday.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too.
We can do that? Look for clues. Well, this quest marker on the bookshelf looks suspicious. Let's investigate. Oh god, I don't want to read all this. Holy shit. Wait, what is this? List of victims' deaths here. Let's just go through the names. Anstorol, a male Halovian. Mori, a male from Xianzhou. Mysteriously disappeared. Dragged into the sea by a meme. Amaka, a human female, participated in a talent show, accidentally fell, Weber, male Pepeshi, fell. Chemet, a male Pepeshi, taken away. While flipping. Wait, do you mean taken away? What? Taken away while flipping over a card in a casino on the moment of stars. Casino himself dealt in. What? Deca, male human, jumped into the ocean. Kaishia? However the heck you say that. Female Foxian, engulfed in unknown meme. Kambega, male bloodhound, attacked by unknown meme. Janet, human female, disappeared while doing stuff. Monk, a male Intellitron, was attacked. Annette, from Fire Emblem, female Pepeshi, vanished while touching up their makeup in a bathroom. Chloe, female Intellitron, attacked by a meme and disappeared. Carissa, female Holovian, harassed by a fan. Dorian, male human, took a nap and didn't wake up, I guess. I don't know. Marlo, a male human, disappeared. This comprises over 100 cases related to the Memory Zone meme death. However, the author of the list seems to still struggle with figuring out the pattern.
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities among them.
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be targeting random victims. And based on Sunday's notes, he's no stranger to death.
He's just surprised that it has resurfaced.
Okay, next.
This light cone.
Light cone?
Is securely guarded. It must hold some important memories.
Was this Sunday and Robin as kids? With stuffed toys for an audience?
According to Robin's interview, despite having performed on so many grand stages, her favorite performance was a pretend show she put on with her brother when they were just kids.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
Yeah, time is a way of smoothing things out. The beautiful dreams of youth will eventually fade away.
Then we got one over here. A letter from Robin. Oh boy, you want me to read all this? Alright, let's do this. Dear brother, how are you doing these days? I had intended to visit you at Dewlight Pavilion as soon as possible upon my return, but with the approaching Charmony Festival and your busy schedule, I refrained from troubling you. However, an urgent matter compels me to share something with you immediately. Since my return to Penacony, I've experienced a peculiar change in my voice. At first, I thought it was caused by exhaustion or illness, but after consulting with doctors, they assured me of my perfect health and dismissed my concerns. However, my voice worsened over time, and I've even experienced periods of complete voice loss. That's weird. In order to find answers, I conducted many private investigations, using my idle time out of rehearsals, of course. Eventually, I realized that the harmony in Penacony is not pure. A discord lurking within has tainted my voice of harmony, which I believe to be the root cause of my vocal issues. I immediately realized that such levels of interference can only occur if either a powerful external force is pulling the strings, or if a senior member of the family is involved. Unfortunately, further investigation has led me to the latter conclusion. So the family having a traitor made her lose her voice. That seems like a very weird connection. This is an extremely alarming discovery. A traitor has emerged within the family in Penacony, and it is highly likely that this person is one of the 4 family heads. I trust you implicitly, dear brother, because of our promise. With the Charmony Festival on the horizon, I fear this person intends to impede its progress, or even use the festival for some ulterior motive. At any rate, I suggest you monitor the other family heads while also prioritizing your own safety. You are the only true family member I have left. There's another matter that requires our attention. During my investigation, I learned about the Memory Zone meme, Death, and my further inquiries led me to believe that the culprit who directed it to cause the series of incidents is likely the aforementioned traitor in the family. I've collected more clues and am prepared to verify my hypothesis. Rest assured, you can just focus on the preparations for the Charmony Festival. Once I've thoroughly investigated Death, I'll come and meet you immediately. It won't take long. Unfortunately, Death investigated its way right through her chest. Given your heavy workload, please take care of yourself. Don't stay in the dreamscape all the time. Spend some time in reality when you are free. I've brought some more specialties from other galaxies. Giant moa pudding tarts from Morillans, wild strawberries from Akanyako, known for their exceptional size and sweetness, which I'm certain you'll enjoy. And almond meringue cream cracknels from Medicia. Don't forget to enjoy them. May Shipe be with us.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Penacony, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice, and now it seems I was right.
I mean, March pointed it out.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know, there aren't many entities capable of interfering with the power of paths.
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high position or possess unimaginable strength.
That would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor.
What do we got here? A letter from Alfalfa. Oh boy, you want me to read more? I'll do it for the sake of the story. To Sunday, I've been informed about Robin. So is this after she was attacked? I would like to express my deepest condolences. However, I must remind you that you now hold the position of not only her elder brother, but also the head of the Oak family. Your every action has implications for all Penacony. As Penacony is going through a critical period, it is crucial that you do not allow your hatred to cloud your judgment, and be cautious not to engage in activities that others can use against you as leverage. I heard that you are planning to dedicate a significant amount of time and resources to find Death. Such actions do not serve the best interests of the family as a whole, and I strongly advise you to reconsider it to avoid potential impeachments from other family heads. While you are convinced that Death is connected to the Watchmaker, I have met that Watchmaker many times long before the Dream Master adopted you and your sister. I have never found any evidence linking him to that memory zone meme. Now that you are the head of the Oak family, it is essential that you assess the situation objectively and consider the bigger picture. It is unwise to allocate all of Penacony's resources and manpower for the sake of a personal vendetta, as this would bring dishonor to the Great One. I think the Great One is Shipe, right? The Charmony Festival is on the horizon, and the Watchmaker's guests are all barely holding back their own agendas. Neither you nor I could face the severe consequences if Dominicus's arrival is delayed. Who the heck is that? Therefore, I urge you to control your emotions and fulfill your responsibilities as the head of the Oak family, focusing only on the festival and avoiding any interference from external sources. In addition, we must not neglect the honored guests invited by the Watchmaker, as mishandling this matter could lead to diplomatic conflicts with other major factions, involving us in disputes that could have been avoided. As your elder, I hope you comprehend the gravity of the situation and handle it appropriately. As for the matter of Robin, there would be time to pursue it once the festival concludes. By then, I will provide you with the necessary resources and manpower in the name of the Alfalfa family to help you get your revenge. Additionally, I've heard rumors that the Dream Master is not entirely pleased with your recent activities. I advise you to conduct yourself with caution. Yours sincerely, Old Odie.
It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this Old Odie is happy with Sunday's recent performance.
They don't seem to care much about Death. Instead, they're more concerned about the Charmony Festival and the Watchmaker.
Maybe the other family heads don't think Death is a big deal. One thing's for sure.
Of course not, until it comes for them.
Conflict within the family, and everybody has their own agenda.
List of suspects. Esteemed head of the Oak family, the investigation into all the suspects involved in the death case have been concluded. The findings are summarized below for your review. Respectfully yours, s.a.m. Dropped. Okay, I don't think I needed to read all that. There are a total of 52 suspects on the list, followed by Sunday's no. Perhaps there is a common thread among them. I have reached a conclusion. Yeah, it's all those gray-haired people. There's way too many of them.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects. This traitor must have been causing trouble for the family for a long time.
They all seem to be insiders, but I haven't met any of them.
Huh? Wait, these characteristics.
Why do so many have gray hair?
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. However, if this traitor really exists, could they be responsible for Firefly and Robin's deaths?
Perhaps that's why Sunday is taking this matter so seriously.
That's all for now. Nothing more noteworthy.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of scenarios in my head about dealing with the family. I did not expect an empty mansion.
Watch out. Someone's approaching.
Let's get him.
I don't think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest, Mr. Yang. And...
Oh, sure it is.
Acheron? The Galaxy Ranger?
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission. I hope you can forgive us.
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host. Don't you agree?
Nah, screw the host.
Even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission, so coming here will be unnecessary for you.
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here, to ask you about the case and gather more information. We don't want any loose ends.
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show you the door.
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
And he can't hear me whispering to you very loudly.
While the truth remains a mystery, I'm getting close to it. I assure you that the traitor will soon pay the price.
Okay.
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion that the murderer was within the family? With all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the family has every reason to suspect the IPC's involvement.
Yeah, it's Adventurine. Get him.
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you, but in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention as that ambassador did. Not to mention, I personally shackled him a while ago. However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of Aventurine. While the wicked can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger into the heart of the righteous. He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself. Who knows what kind of scheme he's cooking up? While the family is dedicated to keeping our guests safe, it might be wise for you to stay alert. You never know what unexpected troubles could arise.
Oh, who are you? Is she going to be a playable character someday? She looks good.
What pretty eyes.
Jade.
Tell me, do they shine in the dark?
That's a name I'm going to remember. When do we get Jade?
Is this Miss Acheron? Hello.
Oh, we met up with them.
Inigo, the Astral Express's navigator.
Hello, I'm March 7th. I'm sure she needs no introduction, as you definitely know her.
Hello. Hey, I still deserve a proper intro. You can call me Clocky. What? I still deserve a proper intro.
Hello? None of you seem surprised by my arrival.
Since Welt has decided to travel with you, it means that he trusts you. And we trust his judgment.
I envy your close friendships.
Miss Acheron here doesn't present a danger, and she's of no threat to the Astral Express. Aventurine's prior accusation was based on nothing more than his own subjectivity, which is why, before we continue working together, he has a duty to explain himself.
Yeah, let's go beat him up.
You want to create a situation where all three parties are present?
There must be some deeper meaning behind Aventurine's actions. I suspect he's been aware of Penacony's secret from the beginning and has been continuously strategizing to unveil it. In that sense, the Astral Express's role in his plans would be imperative. In the worst-case scenario, he may use us to do something unexpected. Assuming things do escalate to that stage, having an extra ally is a good insurance policy.
I mean, he escalated to some stage.
He has numerous factions, and the state of affairs is significantly more intricate than that of Bellabog and the Xianzhou.
But we just meet out justice for the dead. Maybe we should now get out of here while we still can. I am the bone of my bat. Stellaron is my body and Trailblaze is my blood. Ah, yes. Time to unleash unlimited Batworks.
You're talking weird again. But it's a good vibe. No matter what, we can't...
March, remind me to introduce you to Fate.
To solve the mystery of the Watchmaker, it is crucial to get the IPC's intel. The path ahead is fraught with danger. But what's trailblazing without a...
Sounds like we've reached a consensus. Now, Miss Acheron?
I will accompany you, of course.
Let's move out then! But where do we start looking for him?
He's on a stage somewhere.
No need to rush. If he truly has laid a trap, he will definitely use every means to lure us in.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well, there you go.
The most wondrous, most magnificent show in Penacony's history is about to begin. The IPC cordially invites everyone to Clock Studios Theme Park.
Look. Should both the performers and spectators fail to arrive, won't all of Aventurine's plans be for nothing?
That would be funny.
Let's get going, everyone. The hour of trailblazing is upon us.
Mr. Yang. Why did you not tell your companions about my true identity?
It's just like you said, an inability rather than an unwillingness. Plus, it's a long story, not something that can be summed up in a few words. But
yeah, we gotta go watch some trailers for that.
You, and my trust in you stems more from my own personal judgment. I also believe that if it were their choice to make, they would make the same one.
Thank you. I'm grateful. To reciprocate. In the upcoming confrontation, if the odds aren't in the Astral Express's favor, I will stand with you. If my meager strength is required.
Yes, meager strength, of course. Aventurine seems to have waited for quite some time on the stage in the center of the Clock Studios theme park. Join this crazed gambler for a perfect collaborative performance that will blow everyone in Penacony away. Well, I guess I'll just use this team. But yeah, let's go. Hopefully this team will be just fine.
We're back here again. Aventurine actually chose a really conspicuous location. That guy's really taking it to a whole new level. Does he really think he's a superstar or something?
Not a soul.
Something like that.
The hounds drove out the visitors, and now their whereabouts are unknown too. Everyone,
they were blown away.
The other party has obviously come prepared.
I am Trailblaze. I can't run. Oh, where's that light coming from? Hey, who's doing that? What the heck is this? Oh, we live streaming this? What are those cars doing on those small platforms?
Astral Express, you're late.
Oh, am I?
We've kept your appointment, Mr. Aventurine. It is customary to show yourself as well.
I will, naturally. But before that, I've got to introduce our guest of honor.
Guest of honor? Oh. I'm not here for any pageantry. Does this have anything to do with the wanted murderer? Hey, look, I'm on TV. Does it have anything to do with the wanted murderer?
Let me remind you that in all likelihood, this stage and her identity have nothing to do do with the wanted murderer.
Oh no, they do. Of course they do. Otherwise, why would I work so hard to gain your trust and then invite you all here?
Because you're bored?
Because she's the only one who saw all 3 homicides.
3 homicides? What?
Is the key to proving that the family's death does not exist in Dream's promise.
I only saw Firefly.
But a sham.
You're the one who saw Robin. I don't even know who the 3rd person is. Unless it's about to be you.
3 homicides?
That's right, madam. The 3rd one is about to happen right now, right here.
Okay, let's kill him.
In Clock Studios theme park. A truly grand death.
But I still didn't see the 2nd one.
You, and you. All of you are going to die. And it's all because of you, Miss Stellaron.
Well, that sounds like more than 3 now.
You will become the personification of death.
But what are you on about?
I thought my intent was crystal clear. Let me be a little clearer. I will detonate the Stellaron in you and cause a teeny, tiny accident on Penacony.
Really? And how in the world are you just gonna do that? Also, it still doesn't make any sense that any of this would even work in a dream world, because, like, how would the dream world simulate a fucking Stellaron in my body?
Bam! The entire theme park will be reduced to a shattered dream. Then, before the family can even react, I'll become the IPC fleet's navigator.
Your bluff isn't fooling anyone. If you could really do that, you would have done so earlier.
You wanna bet? Sure. I'll bet with you. I'm betting that it'll be a sweeping victory for me. By detonating an unprecedented explosion to prove that the vow of harmony is a complete and utter joke.
You won't do it.
Of course I can. It's just another gift.
Can we stop arguing about whether you can do it or not and just get on with things?
I came from the wastelands of Sigonia. For just 60 red copper coins, people paid to brand me.
I don't care.
But the sun could not kill me. And the quicksand sent me back to the embrace of the guild and the IPC. Bear in mind, my victory wasn't just a stroke of luck. I've never been defeated.
Oh, well, you made a mistake going against the main character, because the main character never loses.
Have you ever heard the saying, sleep is the rehearsal of death?
At least not in the end, anyway.
Living sleep. All because we are not ready for the final rest. Every night is practice for the end. You and I are escaping into our dreams for fear of death at this very moment. And death will surface in our dreams. Friends, the game has commenced, and you cannot choose to decline. Nor do you have any reason or grounds to.
Okay, cutscene. There's that bird again.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards?
Yeah, point at the screen.
The architect's flawed stone. Of no value at all.
The screen threw dice at us.
I'm taking the gamble. I'm claiming the win. Oh, and fate spin the wheel. A daring gamble.
Oh, what the heck?
Walking the brink of death for rebirth.
We can have a transformation? What is he, like a harbinger?
All right. Let's see who has the last laugh. Let the game begin.
What did they call it? The fucking, foul legacy transformation? Why do you not have Arcana on you? Hello? That's a lot of text. Okay, well, have a dot.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Oh, there's Arcana. Now he has it.
Converge and awaken.
Ow. Okay, put the defense debuff on you.
Relax. That breathing sensation. Remember it.
Okay, skill with you.
The Omniscia sees through you.
Yeah, let's do the Akron ultimate.
I weep for the departed.
Go ahead and slash him up.
Dust's reign. They too shall fall.
Very nice. Okay.
Information.
Ah.
In accordance.
Stand still.
Going all in.
Again?
All or nothing.
Okay, this is the gamble. How does this work? Does he have a 2? Should I just hit it?
This won't take long.
I got a 3. I win. I got a free ultimate.
What would you like to know this time?
Okay, can I break him with my ultimate? I'm just gonna... Let's get the follow-up attack, just to be sure.
Relax.
Cool. Now we can break him.
Good times never last. Time to say bye.
Boom.
Half the work is already done.
I'm gonna have you... I'll just normal attack for the sake of my skill points. I'd rather keep them high. We're in no rush to get her ultimate right now. That's fine. Just give him a bop.
Stand still.
Oh, I almost killed him.
Prepare for some hard work.
May as well kill them all.
I'm just gonna normal attack you. Just stall this out a little bit. Skill here.
The threads of
Okay.
All things in this world have yet
Finish him with this. Hopefully.
constellations are human creation.
Go into second phase. Bop. Aw, he's still up. Okay, well, normal attack him.
Relax.
I was hoping I'd be able to immediately defense debuff him. But I gotta wait for a whole nother turn now.
They'll keep throwing money on the table. The chance. The potential is what you hang on to. That's what justifies the gamble.
What are we talking about?
In the still
I don't know.
waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
That breathing
Skill him.
sensation.
Skill him. Bomb.
The Omniscia sees through you. With
You can
all
just
my power,
bop.
ride the future.
Stand still.
Okay.
Down from a
Oh, he's doing the gamble thing. Oh. This is the worst timing. Oh, do we all get to like hit the... What if I hit 3 of them? What does that do?
The seal of ill fate descends.
I just roll all 3 of them? Interesting. Do I have to try and beat a 9? Do I just get multiple chances? Wow, that was
May as well kill 'em all.
what was that? Okay, oh, so she has a 7, she has a 3. How does this work exactly? Turn targets with numbers lower than him are considered to have lost the bet and will be attacked. Targets with higher are considered to have won the bet and will have their ultimates activated. Okay, so what happens if I do this?
Memories are ever changing beneath the silent waters. Lies an endless
If I
abyss.
just ultimate them, do I get more numbers? Oh, she got a crown or something. I think that means she won. Should I ultimate with Acheron then? There, let's just do it.
I weep for the departed.
She's not doing.
Dust's reign. The two shall fall.
There, give me numbers. Bam! She has a crown. Okay, all good. We're just gonna bop that into an ultimate. Hopefully she can beat a 9.
Time to say bye.
I guess this is where the gamble comes in, because if I throw out an AoE ultimate and I don't get a 9, then that's kind of bad. Okay, she got a ton of numbers. I guess just Fu Xuan's gonna get nuked here, because she can't do anything. But she'll be fine. A good, nice 1. Oh, Kafka gets another 5 that she doesn't need. Hooray! He's gonna blast Fu Xuan. That's a lot of coins. Ow.
That breathing sensation.
Okay, let's see here.
Good times never
Here,
last.
okay, let's have Kafka ultimate.
Say bye.
Yeah, so this is very much a fight you want AoE ultimates in. Because that pretty much guarantees you'll be able to get the numbers unless you roll all 1s. You gotta keep your field up.
The threads of destiny aren't chosen.
Okay, put the defense down on him. There we go. Let's blast him.
The departed. Dust's reign.
And
The two shall fall.
bam! You're gonna normal attack. I need skill points. Also hit him with this before his turn comes up.
Memories are ever changing beneath the silent waters. Lies an endless abyss.
Bam. Take all that damage. Wasn't that much, but
Life and death.
he's gambling again. This gamble's not going to go so well for us.
This won't take long.
Well, 4. Maybe Kafka will be alright. Here, let's give Kafka another number.
Relax.
Oh, Kafka tied him. So what happens if you tie his score? I don't think it mentioned anything about that. We're going to AoE with you.
Ill tidings manifest.
Okay, she's good to go.
Another journey begins.
I'll have you skill as well.
Fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for
Roll
oblivion.
3 numbers. Bam, you're good to go. Does Kafka get attacked? I don't know. Maybe she did. I guess nothing happens to her. She doesn't get an ultimate, but she doesn't get attacked either.
May as well kill them all.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and break you and finish you off. Goodbye.
I weep for the departed.
Get one more Acheron ultimate in there. Whop. There you go. Oh. Okay, we're done. Cutscene.
Always hide your ace with a straight face.
Timiko trying to fucking nuke him?
I'm starting to get a little impatient.
How does she have an orbital cannon in the dream world?
Friends, to fully relish
What the heck is happening? What is this? It's the biggest gate of Babylon I ever saw.
I know you'll match my wager, right?
You're leaving?
What the heck?
Perhaps. I might pass through the place you mentioned.
Penacony. What do you hope to find within a dream?
I'm not looking for anything. They aren't in a dream.
I'm afraid the family will not open the doors for you.
Why?
Because the path you walk is not accepted by the Harmony.
Even if... that's not what I want.
Precisely because it's not what you want. Because they are not like other eons. They have never glanced at anyone. And they never need to. They leave woven strands of fate for humans to walk. And together, they weave a great shadow. And this shadow silently envelops them.
Who is she talking to, and why does he know so much?
There are always those who rise from the shadows.
They mostly become a part of the shadow.
In your eyes, am I the same?
You still have a strand of color, but not much.
That is enough. Before they vanish completely, I will reach the Nihility's end.
Okay. Oh, well, was gonna do something, and then that ground's like, nah, it's my turn.
I wish to mourn the departed, weeping like rain, to swell the crossing stream. As the tide arrives, leading you back home.
Damn. Just obliterated his whole shit with one slash. That was nice. Are you dead yet?
What is this place? A gigantic black hole. And see.
Is this Nihility?
Have I succeeded?
I don't think so. She replied, I want to die? What the heck?
Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Oh, great. There's this kid self again. Oh, now there's more than one.
Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin have.
Kill my kid self.
You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
Wealth, status, power. The IPC will give you whatever you want. As for us, we will reunite in Kakava's next Aurora.
It's a pity this is not the place you were expecting.
Oh. Tell me he's dead.
Melody. Is it?
Perhaps to you, I am just an emanator who's hiding her identity. But the sleeping and shapeless never glance at anyone. They have no face, no form, and even less of a will to speak. The Nihility envelops everyone equally. Only some who have gone under their shadow can go farther, tainting themselves with more nihility. That's all.
That's all. My friend, you really leave me at a loss for words. So, is this my final destination? The land of the dead?
This is all but a fleeting dream. One of the thousands of manifestations of IX.
Oh, is that how we say? We just say IX?
We momentarily lingered here before moving on to our own paths.
It seems that my death has already been determined.
Good, now go die.
Even if you wish for it, I can't promise you anything.
The background looks so freaking cool like this.
Now that you've accomplished your goal, I think you can be a little more forthcoming.
What do you mean?
Your performance at the theme park was wonderful and grandiose. A simple yet practical technique that fooled almost everyone. No one would have ever thought that you would have gone to such lengths, even staking your life just to prove a fact that had seemingly been disproved long ago. Real death does not exist in Penacony's dreamscape.
Why would I do this?
Because this is the only way you can uncover a secret that is even more unspeakable than the serial murders. To use this dream death to get there. To that promised land people constantly seek in this grand gathering. Penacony. The legacy of the Watchmaker. The true land of exile.
How did you find out?
I never imagined that something I learned about unexpectedly would become the key to connecting everything.
It's our Stellaron friend's identity, isn't it?
I see you're in the know.
Huh?
Let's just say I'd put money on the possibility. The murder isn't nearly enough to disrupt business as usual. Even if there were 1 or 2 murders on Penacony, most people wouldn't be personally affected. And that won't create any waves. This dream of theirs isn't a boundless sea. It's a lonely island. The family used the Harmony to build a high wall and isolate them from the vast and treacherous ocean of the outside world. That barrier they built keeps death out. But it also keeps the secrets that are lost in that watery abyss from floating to the surface. In a beautiful dream, free of suffering, who would want to go fishing for those secrets? No one.
Unless someone goes to the other side of the barrier and lives to tell the tale.
Someone already has. I got the idea early on, chewing on that masked fool's little hint. If a mute isn't someone who cannot make a sound, then it has to be someone who cannot speak. Someone who survived the treacherous depths, but is unable to take the stage and speak the truth. Well, I'm happy to know she's safe and sound, and still on Penacony.
Hint. Is that not proof?
Well, proof is the one thing I don't have. The only thing that can prove these conjectures is for the family to come clean. And with the way they buttered up these outsiders, it seems pretty clear their intent on covering their tracks. But you don't need proof to have a suspicion. And for me, suspicion is enough. I didn't need to find the Memory Zone meme. I just needed for someone to kill me like it killed that silver-haired girl.
You don't sound very confident to me. Going out of your way to make citywide broadcasts in an attempt to involve more people. You are simply betting on the possibility of someone being able to break down the barrier. You're very lucky that fate has decided to let us cross paths. I happen to be equipped with a very sharp blade. Sharp enough to slice through the veil of dreams. I can also carve the Harmony's brand off of you. You possess great cunning. Deliberately setting us up to be on opposing sides. Constantly repeating the words of the Emanator in front of others. Leaving me no choice but to draw my blade against you.
Interesting.
And that's Opportunity and strategy, both are essential. And in your plans, the IPC always wins. Even if you lose the bet. To the family, the life of an ambassador is still invaluable.
Well, it's a huge gamble, isn't it? But allow me to point out a mistake. The IPC's success is not guaranteed. I, unfortunately, have no contingencies for such an important matter. Detonating a Stellaron. I can't do it. The Aventurine Stone is too broken to even safeguard my escape from the stage. If, at the end of the day, you did not unsheath your blade, I would have lost the bet.
It is pointless to discuss what-ifs. You have won. Your prize is an entry ticket into that deep sea. And after this, whether you can return from the abyss is another gamble of yours. Have you never wavered?
Wavered? Of course I have. But I can only bank on my own good fortune. Because other than that, I have nothing.
Wake up from this dream and go to where you should be. Your gamble is not over yet.
Before we part, can you answer one more question? As someone who has traveled on that road, can you tell me, why are we born into this world? If it's just to die.
You're born to live.
I don't think this and never have. Nor do you.
But the nihility envelops you and I. And everyone.
And because of that, it's pointless.
But it is still there. If the dice of fate are always weighted, then that is our destiny. Why, then, do we struggle against it?
My answer might not be able to resolve your confusion, because it has been with you throughout your journey and is already a part of your life. But you said, sleep is the rehearsal of death. So why does life sleep? Because we are not ready to welcome death. So you can definitely understand why we want to be prepared. Even if the ending has been predetermined, that's fine. There are countless things that humans cannot change. But before the end, there are many things that humans can do while on their journey. And because of this, the end will thus reveal a completely different meaning. Take a good look at your pocket. Your friend has already given you the answer.
What?
Good luck.
Oh, that thing. Impossible in the dreamscape is not death, but rather dormancy. You stay alive, I wish you the best of luck. Didn't someone else also give him something? I forgot about these.
Then I shall get going.
Are you going now?
Yes. May the Mother Goddess thrice close her eyes for you, keeping your blood eternally pulsing. May your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes
forever concealed. Our paths will cross again beneath Kakava's shimmering auroras. Farewell,
He left his hat behind.
Kakavasha.
You're awake.
Sam?
I've been waiting on you for quite a while.
Well, this is random. What's happening here?
Crevice between dreams. You've met me before. I'm Sam, a Stellaron hunter. I originally planned on showing up earlier to reveal some truths to you. But I encountered more roadblocks than expected. 11 times I've tried, ended in failure. Before I knew it, this world and I became too intertwined, and it became too difficult to escape the constraints of the script.
Is he trying to go off script?
Elio is right. In this land of the dreams, you and I will reap unforgettable gains. I don't know people's hearts as well as he and Kafka do. Nor do I have a specialty like Silverwolf and Blade. Most of the things that I'm good at only apply to villains who need no mercy. So, there is only one method that I use. This is to show you.
What?
All that I am.
You telling me Firefly is Sam?
Labyrinth-like corridors and halls.
Man, Gallagher, get out of here. I want to go. I want to go back to that. What the hell is up with that? That just raises so many more questions. So if that's real, if I'm supposed to believe that Firefly is Sam, number one, how did she turn into Sam? Like, how is that happening? Where are you getting this mecha suit from that makes your voice way deeper? Secondly, does this just mean Firefly's not dead? Like, well, what the hell happened when she was stabbed and disappeared? Like, I am so confused. Whatever, let's just move on with this scene. What do we got going on? Labyrinth-like corridors and halls, traps everywhere. The owner's mansion must be a bit paranoid.
You are so funny, Mr. Security Officer. I hope that sense of humor of yours has helped you find the serial killer.
Just expressing a personal opinion. Why? Did I hit a nerve?
So why is Gallagher having a meeting with Sunday?
Mr. Gallagher, my patience is wearing thin. Neglecting duties will only make me more suspicious that you and the real serial killer are connected.
Gallagher can't be a serial killer. He's only 13.
Scoundrel, punk, drunk, hooligan. I have heard this trash talk all too often. But I have never once thought that I'd be treated as an accomplice to a murderer. I take back what I said. Your problem isn't paranoia. You're just crazy, you know? Lunatic.
Okay. Took way too long for it to do these little animations for me to continue the dialogue.
You, the family, you broke my spine and pulled out my fangs, and now you want to accuse me of murder? Ridiculous. Only idiots who've drunk too much Soul Glad will berate a stray dog in the streets.
Sure.
What exactly is making you say all this nonsense? You should be more concerned about the Outworld visitors who are making a scene in the theme park than me.
I don't need you to remind me. Once that ambassador walks
There's the
through
bird
doors
again.
of the mansion, I will know what he wants. My servants see everything. His little magic tricks may have fooled me, but no matter. I'm happy to see how it's turned out.
So I guess the birds are his spies.
Why do you think that I just let him go? And why do you think I emptied the theme park stage? Because my target from the beginning has always been you, Hound. The more noise
Him?
he makes, the more opportunities I have to make you and your true master pay in blood.
If I were really the murderer, why would you need to be so secretive? Ha! I forgot. You also have a difficult master to serve. Telling you to ignore the murder case and focus solely on that Charmony festival. Isn't that right, my brother?
Oh, now they're brothers? What is going on?
Looks like the disguise has helped you successfully understand every facet of the family.
Disguise? You must be blind to be accusing me of being a fake. Open your eyes, take a good look.
Is this Gallagher Sparkle?
Indeed. Every part of you is real. The brown hair.
No.
Soft and curly like Benny's. The orange eyes, which make me miss the gaze of Sir Whitaker. That odd scar. The mark of Wolsey. And the gray vest, tie, hound emblem, bottle, the bartending, and your role as a security officer. These are all true traits from all 52 loyal family members. When they are gathered, countless tiny truths are woven together into a lie. You collected a small piece of each of them and claimed them for yourself.
The heck?
Then you invented this facade. A complete Gallagher. Tell me I'm wrong.
Is he gonna say the rest of that? Hello?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, he just doesn't say that. Okay. Right, so now Gallagher is something more than he seems.
You have guts, I'll give you that. Not bad. I severely underestimated you.
So then who the hell is Gallagher?
Admirable. But so what? Can this prove that I murdered your sister and that stowaway?
The stowaway who's apparently not even dead?
This proves that you and the Memory Zone meme death are linked. And that's enough. Listen up. I don't care how you did it. I only care about one thing. The answer to a question. You devil. You wretched, despicable dog. Why did you kill her?
More cutscene.
You know, in the thick of things, people are blind to the grit in their eyes. Yet they can always feel it scratch. Want the answer? I'll give it to you. The whole thing is just fate playing a cruel joke on us.
What the? Did Sunday just fucking die? Oh, dead. Hello, Lycone. So I guess Gallagher is the one. The fucking, is he controlling the freaking death monster? Did he just kill Sunday? And that's the end of 2.1. Okay. Jesus. Man, a lot of stuff happened there at the end. Holy crap. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to say is I enjoyed this story more than 2.0. For sure. I definitely like 2.1 more than 2.0. It actually felt like the story was going somewhere and it wasn't just people alluding to things and not giving any answers and just taunting the fucking player. I am very confused about this s.a.m. Firefly thing. I feel like I need a lot more answers immediately. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait until 2.2. As for Adventurine, so I guess his whole plan was ultimately just to have Acheron attack him. Because he wanted to die, because like I guess he figured that there was some space like outside the dream world and you can go there if you die, but normally you can't die. Because like the systems of the dream world will just wake you up if like something happens to you. So in order to like properly die in the dream world, you have to die to certain things that get to ignore the rules. Like the death monster And then I guess Acheron's power is another way. And since he can't just have the death monster kill him, he figured, he set himself up against Acheron so that eventually she would attack him with her sword, kill him, allow him to go to whatever plane of death exists outside the walls, whatever they were talking about. And he's going to go find the truth out there somewhere, I guess. I don't know if that means, like, can he come back from that? Is he dead forever? I mean, if I think about it, like, maybe Firefly already went through this. Maybe Firefly was killed by the death monster, went to this place, and she already came back. Although, if she's s.a.m, she must have came back real freaking quick, because, like, right after she died, like, s.a.m showed up. I don't know what's going on. I'm definitely have a lot of questions about what's going on. But it's in a good way this time. I feel like after 2.0 story, I had a lot of questions, like, in a bad way, where I just didn't like the story. I was unsatisfied with it. But with the 2.1 story, I have a lot of questions in a good way, where it's like, I feel like it just has me really excited for the next part of the story, to see where all of these things are leading to, and to see what answers we get. I guess I can take my theory about Robin and Firefly being the same person and throw that in the trash. I mean, I guess technically that could still be possible. If imagine Robin is s.a.m. But no, like, I don't think we're going that far with it. I have so many questions about Firefly, but we're not going to get answers until 2.2, so there's no point in dwelling on it too much right now. Another thing to look forward to in 2.2 is Boot Hill showing up. Because I'm pretty sure that's who Black Swan was talking to on the phone at that one point. Speaking of Black Swan, was that the last time we saw Black Swan in the story? When she talked to Boot Hill? She didn't get a whole lot of screen time in this, in 2.1 here. But he seems to have a past with Acheron, so I'm very curious to see where that goes, and like what more we can learn about Acheron from him. And I really hope that one thing I really hope for is I hope that 2.2 can like really have a good finale. That something that can match like the Cocolia fight and Wildfire. I really don't want this game to be in a situation where like its best moment is early on in the story and then it's just downhill from there. Like, that's gonna be so awkward in the long run. I'm hoping that it's just the Jianzhou that was just kind of like underwhelming. Hopefully Penacony's finale will be awesome. What I can say is I'm definitely more invested in the Penacony story than I was into the Jianzhou story. So hopefully that's a good sign that they are setting things up properly for a big finale. And again, as a reminder, I'm not going to be watching the 2.2 special program and doing a reaction on it because I want to go into 2.2 as blind as possible. And I guess I can go watch the 2.1 trailer after this. But I think that's all I have to say. So, until next time, I will see you later.